This week you'll meet Karen Olson, a single mother and former marketing professional who encountered homeless people on the streets where she lived. She wanted to do something to help them get back on their feet.
I was a consumer promotions manager for a major corporation. This one morning I was about to pass a woman out in front of Grand Central Station.
My mother had come home from work one day and she had said, I saw this homeless person, Millie, on the street. I actually stopped.
I just ran across the street, got a sandwich, was going to drop the sandwich and run, but she took my hand and I ended up talking with her. I learned that she had been married, she had raised children, and she was left without support. Doug said, well, let's find more people like Millie and bring sandwiches into New York. So we began first making, 10 or 25 sandwiches. We soon needed 50.
I think that was the turning point that started her work.
I knew chronic homelessness, but what I didn't know at the time, there were so many homeless families. Tragically, 1 in every 4 homeless persons is a child. Right now, this very night, families are sleeping in their cars, behind ShopRites, behind churches, with no place to go.
Fueled by the desire to reduce the number of homeless children, Karen reached out to places who have a mandate to serve, like the faith community.
Not one church, synagogue, or mosque could be a full-time shelter, but as I met with representatives from all faiths, if we worked together, maybe we could do together what we couldn't do alone.
Family Promise built alliances with congregations, synagogues, and mosques all over the United States. Families are given temporary shelter, while Family Promises helps them find sustainable housing.
Our case manager meets with a family to assess their needs. We do everything we can to help families find housing. We have lists of landlords who rent affordable units, and our volunteers get involved. And then once they do find housing, we remain in touch with many of the families. Sometimes we have extended mentoring programs.
It's not just the actual housing, but it's the connection to resources. It's having a good job. We focus on education and looking for jobs that our families can get after they have a GED.
People are compassionate. What Family Promise does very, very well is connect people in need with people who want to help.
I was sleeping for the car. Call you Miss John, and Miss John said, call me Maria. For 2 days, she said, call me. So, okay, fine. I'm going to sleep for interfaith. So I'm 1 year and a half in interfaith.
It was frustrating because I used to move around when my mom didn't have an apartment. I used to go to my friend's house, to another house, like we are right now. But that time, only one day we could stay on one part, and then we had to go to different places. We usually pray when we go to sleep, but sometimes we fall asleep by accident. We don't pray.
So te toca hacer la oración hoy?
It's my turn. No, wait, Mommy, it's your turn.
No, you.
We never take any more than 5 families at a time. It's very important to respect families' privacy and dignity.
I'm medicine for depression and for sleeping because not sleeping.
Sometimes it scares me when she has those problems, because sometimes I kneel on my knees and pray to God about that. Thank you for the holy food and the bread that you gave us. Thank you for the good stuff.
Good night.
Sometimes I stop and think about what she's done, and I think, wow, there are thousands and thousands of kids and families who are out of the cold with people who care.
He thought he could run away from God.
Good girl.
Karen's compassion is truly inspiring to me. Next week we'll meet Maritza, a young mother that Family Promise is trying to help. Last week I introduced you to Karen Olson, founder of Family Promise. This week we'll meet Maritza, a young mother striving to get on her feet, and also hear about a program that engages young people in learning about family homelessness.
Family Promise is about providing shelter, meals, and other support services for homeless families. But deep down at its heart, it's simply connecting people who want to help with people in need.
I got pregnant when I was 15. And it became a problem, like they don't want me to keep the baby. Once I did, my stepfather told me to leave. The kid's father was a big problem. I moved in with him when the baby was about 3 months old. His mother kicked me out.
Come on, get in bed. Let's go.
Go Ellie, go Ellie, go Ellie.
What's unique about Family Promise is that we keep families together. When families come into the program, they have their own private sleeping space, whether it's in a classroom or it's a large fellowship hall with partitions. Meals are provided.
They do peace out. Peace out.
As I grew up, my dad was really abusive to my mom, so that's why we lived in JBWS. And we were back and forth, and eventually Mom got her housing, and that was good, but I can't do that to my kids. So that's why I left the kid's dad, because I knew he wasn't good for me, because he was abusive. And I'm moving on, like, just keep going. You gotta be strong.
Jonah said to the terrified sailors, "Throw me overboard and the sea will become calm again."
Homelessness is about losing your housing, but it's also can be a sense of losing yourself, a feeling of nowhere to turn. So when congregations open their doors and complete strangers are there to help these families, says so much. Across the country, there's just not enough shelter beds for families.
There's a lot of different reasons that will bring families to homelessness, to our program. And it's never just one thing too. It's a mixture of childcare, transportation, housing, employment, all of that comes together.
When I first came in, I was very scared, but I managed to accomplish a lot more than what I thought I was gonna. I went to school for a medical assistant, graduated from there, but I came a long way. I got my self-esteem back.
Karen's new program, Houses for Change, involves young people learning about family homelessness and doing something about it.
That's what you're here for, to decorate houses and to collect change for homeless people.
I learned that also a lot of homeless people are our kids like us, and we can volunteer and help them.
The kids, they look like people that you would see going to school with you or riding the bus with you, and you couldn't really tell that they were homeless.
Houses for Change is just what it says, to collect spare change to help homeless families.
I'm probably gonna put mine in my room or right by my room, so I never forget to put any extra change in there.
Once you have a house, your life can change.
Houses for Change!
One of the goals at Family Promise is to help the families be independent and access affordable housing.
I am so afraid to live on my own. I have never lived on my own in my life. But at the same time, I know I'm excited that I'm gonna finally have a stable home for me and my kids. Thank God at Interfaith for 2 years, they're with you after you leave to help you make sure you're doing it right. And if you're not, they're gonna help you show you how.
No one in this country should be homeless, especially families with children. And I hope that 5 or 10 years from now, Family Promise is known as the organization that helps communities be a community in the real sense of the word.
I am so deeply touched by the work Karen is doing. We all see homeless people in our neighborhoods, but Karen noticed them and did something to give them hope by helping them to change their lives. I'm sure I'd be touched by what you or someone you know is doing in your neighborhood. Please let me know and nominate a hero.